Hi, I'm Carl. I'm going to do a review on the Durafly Hyper Bipe. Received this a few days ago. It seems to be a really popular aircraft right now. There are a number of flight videos out there on YouTube, as well as a couple of other reviews. I'm just going to give you my slant on it. Typically I'm a balsa builder, kits, a few ARFs as well. But I do have a few foamies and electrics around as well. So this seemed like a little bit of a divergence from a lot of the things I do, so I'm just going to give you my views on it, any tips I might happen to run into along the way, as well as what I plan to use for assembling the ARF itself. So it came in this box. I think it was about $107 from Hobby King, and just going to start by taking it out. I have had it out of the box, so the first tip that I encountered with this is when you're removing the aircraft from the box itself. Plastic handle that's on top, pull that up so it's a little bit tight, and so that the ends are not falling down into the box. And what happened when I took the aircraft out of the cardboard box the first time, I didn't do this. So what happened is the foam on the fuselage, the plastic handle stuck into the foam on the fuselage right here. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to change anything with it or otherwise, but it did give it a little scrape, so that might save you that first bit of hanger rash. I got it out of the way real quick. So the box comes, and inside the plane is in this foam cradle. Absolutely perfect packaging job done to make it safe for travel and shipping and things of that nature. Each piece is placed in the cradle, and there's paper around the ends protecting it very, very well. All the parts are arranged, wing in front, wing in back. You also have your direction booklet, as well as a insert for the speed control that comes with it. I bought the transmitter or receiver ready version. Bag full of some odds and ends, control horns, wheels, tail wheel, push rods, some Velcro, struts, as it is a biplane, and you can see how everything's arranged. My plans for assembling the plane are actually to use Zap foam safe glue and foam safe kicker. I've used both these products many times in the past. Absolutely great product, and works fine on this type of foam. So the first, grab the book. I'm going to go through the first step in the book and just show you how I plan to assemble the whole thing. Then I'm going to pause the video, and then through the magic, in a matter of a few seconds, you'll see the plane completed. But the first step here is putting the bottom wing on. I'm just going to show you how I line that up to get it ready. So I'm going to do it while it's in the cradle here, and the wing will essentially go into this place on the bottom. Now, to ensure that the wing itself is square and not too much on this side or that side, here's the way that I do this. I take a needle right back near the end of the fuselage, right on the center seam. I just place that straight down in here. Now, the reason for the needle is because when I use this ruler here, I'm going to slip that hole in that end over the needle there. Check the measurement here. Okay, and then doing the same thing on the far tip, seeing if it's the same. And it needs just a little bit of tweaking right there. And here, and that's square, same distance to the point on both. Now the next thing, I'll just grab a pen. I'm going to make a small mark on the fuselage and the wing, so that when I glue this together, I'll know exactly how to line it up. So we'll take the wing, just lay that right there. Take our foam safe Zap CA and place, drops down along the edge here, along the outside of the cabane. Now the next step is one that folks don't always do or follow real carefully, and that's using the kicker. So we don't put the kicker on here. I'm actually going to turn it away and spray it at the foam right here, get it over the mating surface. And I'm going to slide this into place, lining up those two ink marks that I made a few moments ago. Get everything top and bottom aligned, and I'm going to just press down on that and hold it for about 30 seconds. That's all there is to a nice foam CA bond using the foam safe Zap foam safe CA and kicker. Put the glue on one surface, squirted the kicker on the other surface, put the two together, hold them in place for 30 seconds, and then you'll have a tight, strong bond that won't come apart under normal wear. I'm sure that an accelerated encounter with the ground or a tree would probably break the plane apart, but it won't be at the glue joint. Anyway, that's just about coming up on 30 seconds there now. So I'm just going to take that out of the cradle here, and I'll just show you that this is a strong joint. Pull the needle out that I used for checking for squareness, and you can see here, nice clean joint, nothing coming out to the seams here. Again, nicely aligned, and from the needle which I just pulled out, you can, it's not a bad idea to just make sure everything is indeed still square, and we are here. And if I check at the other end, again, it's the same. In this case, it's 23 and 5/16. So anyway, there you have it. That's the first wing made it to the fuse. When we come back, I'll have the whole aircraft assembled using the same techniques. Again, glue on one surface, kicker on the other, hold it together for 30 seconds, and the parts will be as one. Thank you. Okay, we're back, and here it is. The Durafly Hyper Bipe from Hobby King, in this case, assembled. Approximately an hour and a half using the Zap Foam Safe CA and kicker. Went together extremely well. Everything fit perfectly. Couple of pointers, some things that I found extremely useful. When putting the elevator in, there's actually a groove inside on the fuse that when the elevator and horizontal stab go in, they lock in place and it's square. Like, you look down the tail of this airplane and everything is square and straight. It just locks into place, and that's just a single example. The wings, the cabane, the struts, everything locked in the same way. I'm going to be careful here. I do have my radio on. I want to show you a couple of other things here. The prop came with the kit as well. It has a foam spinner. Now, this is the first time I've ever used a foam spinner, and that's the only place where I actually had to change something that was in the kit. The screws that come with the foam spinner are a little bit too short. I had to swap them out for some longer ones. However, they went in, fit just fine. You can see it works there. There's a small little piece of it that scrapes on one side going around. I'll trim that up before I fly it. I just wanted to give you everyone an appreciation for it. All of the connectors in the plane use these Allen keys for adjustment and tightening them up. Very nice to use one of the drivers for that. That was one of the tools that I used to assemble it. Went together very quickly. With these push rods, you can see them here, and if we look inside the hatch, You'll see that it's blinking. Well, the ends were a little bit long, so I trimmed those off so that they were only about 1/4 of an inch beyond the connections themselves, and the same in the end, so there wouldn't be any binding both on the elevator and here on the rudder. Trim those so that they're not too long and might cause difficulty when the surfaces are moving. This hatch is very nice for getting at your servos or your receiver. Just a little pin type arrangement, and it easily fits in there. And the battery hatch here, magnetic, comes off. A little bit of Velcro here for fastening your battery in. The speed control is there. CAG is set on this plane, easily done with just moving the battery back and forward. In my case, it's forward all the way. I'm using a 1,000 milliamp hour pack 3-cell, and the CG is working out just nicely where it should be. So that's all very good. Just a quick review of the tools I did use. I used a small Phillips screwdriver for tightening up those screws in the foam nose cone. I did use the Allen driver. On the bottom of the wing, I used a little bit of cellophane tape. Here where the servos go into the hatch, put a little bit there. That'll keep the wires from raising up and tearing up the decals that are on the plane itself. Used everything that came in the kit, with one exception. I did not use the aileron Y connector. I chose to use a different channel for the ailerons. It's just my personal preference. If you like using a single channel for your ailerons, certainly go ahead, use the Y harness, adjust your throws accordingly, and fly it that way. No problem at all. I used an orange receiver for the plane, one of the little orange 6 channels. So that's it. It's not a huge airplane, but you know, like, it's got some robustness to it. It's not heavy. I haven't actually weighed it yet, but I can tell right away that this is not going to have any problem. It's got lots of power. Pulling this plane vertical and having some great aerobatic performance. Don't know what else to tell you. It was really simple to assemble, like I said, from the box to what you're seeing here, a little bit over an hour, and that includes you know, setting up and doing this little bit of video. So I hope that helps you out. I'm going to go out and fly this one now, get a little bit of in-flight video for you, and we'll get the impressions. I'll share my impressions of the plane and what it's like in the air. If it's as good as, if it flies as nice as it went together, this is a real winner. Anyway, hope this helps you out, and if the response is favorable, maybe I'll do some more videos like this.